Here are my plants. I got a zucchini, a squash, and 2 different kinds of tomato. Here's something I was working on yesterday. I'm using some of this buffalo grass, and I cut this cage in half to where I can do 2 garden plots. It's kind of an experiment, a way to keep the animals out, and I'll probably use them a little bit for compost also, just kitchen scraps. And I'll go ahead and plant a few things in there and see how they do. At some point we want to put up maybe a 2 to 3 foot wall all the way around the garden with some wire on top and some barbed wire on top of that. So we'll have a good fenced off garden area. Another reason to keep the garden off the ground was to keep the dogs out of it. We had just moved and hadn't had time to put up a fence. So I salvaged some fence from the north side of the property. I was able to get some T-posts and some fencing materials. I had barbed wire and all kinds of protection on top of the plants because our daughter's dog had got on top of it trying to get to the eggshells and kitchen scraps that I had in there for composting. So here I am digging up the squash plants. I had planted them kind of deep to protect them from the wind and predators, and now I'm adding in a bunch of dirt so that they will have room to spread out. I was excited to see a bunch of really good dark rich soil under some of the older mesquite trees. So I went around with a wheelbarrow and gathered a lot of that up and used it in my garden. I got a fig, a banana, and a pomegranate. I also got a little pepper, red sweet pepper, and some cucumber. And the garden is doing pretty well. I've been trying to get some okra to come up. Tomatoes are looking awesome. They're doing really well. And then here's a pepper plant. And then here's my squash and zucchini. These purple butterflies are just crazy. I guess they found water in the desert and they are going for it. And then here's the zucchini. So the zucchini is doing really good. I haven't had to add any fertilizer or anything to them. Got a bunch of this topsoil from around the trees. And I've got some okra. The okra are really fragile. Just one little bite from a bird and they're gone. A couple of bean plants. So I'm going to cover this whole area with a layer of mulch. Make it look a lot nicer. So far nothing has got in here. The quail, they were waiting for me. They were up in the boxes a little bit ago and they were waiting for me to leave, and still tons of butterfly. Garden is at the stage where it just grows really fast every day. It seems like the plants look a little bit bigger. Although it sure is hard to get little seedlings started. The okra seem to take forever to get a little bit bigger, so I've got them protected. plants are holding up to the heat okay so far. In Texas, we had temperatures reach 110, 113, something like that. So I've definitely had gardens in hot climates before. Lots of flying insects. The okra are finally starting to grow a little bit.